Do you have a toxic person in your life that always ruins the holidays? Well, I'm going to help you find a way to practice gratitude and save your sanity, even though you know they're going to pull their same tricks and do all the same drama-filled stuff that they always do. So we're going to find the beauty that's still around you no matter what. So I was working with a group the other day, and a woman spoke up and she was sharing how she had planned a vacation with all her family members. It was one of her parents and her siblings. And she did all the footwork. She put down the deposits. She booked the Airbnb. She planned the itinerary, everything. And she and her parent got in an argument. And so they were no longer speaking. And she found out just a few days before that her parent and her siblings were still going on this trip without her. They had continued the plans, even though she was no longer speaking to them, and they were still going to go. And they just weren't going to tell her about it. So you can imagine how hurtful this was to her. And it just makes my heart break for her. But she was so strong. She said, I'm going to make the best of things, and I'm going to celebrate with my friends that support me and love me, and just not worry about what my family's doing. And I know she's still terribly sad, but I thought that it was great that she's making the best of things. And if you think about, it's so hard because her siblings are still going on the trip. But what happens when you have a narcissistic parent is that those siblings, they know that if they take the side of this woman, that they're going to be cut off from the family as well. So it's just like they don't want to be the one that also gets kicked out of the family. They are watching this woman and seeing what's happening to her, and it's just a sad situation for everybody involved. Hi, I'm Lori. If you haven't been here before, I am a former teacher. I have a master's in school counseling, so I've done a lot of studying with counseling, and I'm a certified transformational coach. I help people that are struggling with toxic relationships. They feel stuck in these relationships. They don't know if they should leave or stay. And I remember feeling that way myself. It was such a push-pull. There are so many reasons to leave because you feel like this person is treating you unfairly, unkindly, mean. And yet, on some days, they feel so wonderful and they're nice and they're kind. And you think maybe things aren't so bad. And so there's this push-pull. But you are being stripped of all of your peace and joy. So I'm going to help you get unstuck and help you find that peace and joy again. Okay, so today I'm sharing how to have a feeling of gratitude and keep your sanity through the holidays, even when one of your toxic family members, could be your spouse, a parent, a sibling, a child, whoever, is causing drama and stealing your joy. So there's another story from this meeting that I was in the other day. It was a woman that was sharing that she had made cookies for her work party. And so she put them all wrapped in a covered dish on her counter, pushed off to the side a little bit. And her sibling came over, and this is a toxic sibling, but they were having a peaceful visit. Everything was great. And then the sibling went over to the cookie dish and unwrapped it, took a cookie out and ate it. And this woman in my group was like, well, why did you just take that? Don't eat those. Those are for work. And her sibling just went in a huge rage and said, why would you even leave cookies out that nobody can eat? And you always do this. You always make it such a big deal. You always bake things that nobody can eat. And you keep stuff in your house that we shouldn't be having anyways. And, you know, dad has this health issue, and you make things that are against his diet. And she went on and on and on. And so this woman in my group was like, gosh, you know, I was just saying, don't eat the cookies that I made for work. And why does it have to be such a big deal? Well, her sibling went on to say, I won't be at Christmas, so I'll see you later, and walked out of the house. But what's so hurtful is not necessarily that sibling won't be there, you know, because, hey, maybe that's a good thing. You won't have that toxic energy in your house. But the problem is that it comes with, you know, her nieces and nephews won't come now, and possibly some of the other siblings or parents won't come. And so, you know, it's just this one person, but they cause so much drama and damage that it's hurtful to everybody involved. It's hurtful to this woman's children who won't be able to see their cousins. And, you know, it's so stressful. So the reason that toxic people ruin the holidays, there's several reasons, but I talked in a video last week about that, but I'll just reiterate some of the things today. They ruin the holidays because they don't like the attention being on somebody besides themselves. Or, you know, you're busy buying presents and preparing meals and all that, and they can't stand that you're not paying attention to them, or that whoever in the house is not paying attention to them. So they have to create a little drama to get the attention back on them. They don't care if it's positive or negative, as long as it's back on them. Another thing that I hadn't really thought of before, but I read an article recently, is that they don't like that intimacy that's involved in the holidays. So, you know how we're so excited that we're going to be with people that we love. We can't wait to spend time with them. We're excited to visit and play games and do all the holiday activities. Toxic people hate that. They don't like to have all that lovey-dovey, mushy, sentimental stuff. So to get the attention off of that, they have to cause drama. They also don't like the responsibilities involved in the holidays. Gift giving, meal preparation, decorations, cleaning, all that stuff. They don't want any expectations on them. So if they cause drama, like let's go back to the story of the sibling that ate the cookies. Well, she caused this huge drama. So guess what? Now she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to bring presents for anybody in her sibling's family. She doesn't have to bring anything to contribute to the meal. You know, she got out of all the holiday stuff. And she can just go do whatever she wants to do at her house on that day, or go to somebody else's house that will do all the prep for her. So anyways, we can learn to practice gratitude even in the face of this toxic person and all their drama. So if you've seen this holiday drama every year, you know it's going to happen again. So change your expectations. Know that it's going to be there. Plan for it. Expect it. And practice gratitude anyways. So the first step is to plan how you will stay out of the drama. You're not going to engage. understand that this toxic person may not even realize what they're doing to ruin the holidays. Sometimes they do, but maybe they don't. You can keep your tone cool, calm, ignore their attempts to drag you into any shouting matches or arguments, and leave the room. You can pretend to be busy with food prep or cleaning or something like that. They don't have to know that you're avoiding them. And, it feels so distressing when they destroy the peace. But there are plenty of things you can still be grateful for. I know it can be heartbreaking to see people on social media that are showing pictures of their loving family and they look so happy. But, don't be fooled by all of that. Not everybody is happy. They can put on a smile for a little while. I heard a story, somebody posted on one of their podcasts that it might have been Ed Milet, but anyways, they were saying that there was a family at the table next to them. The parents were yelling at the kids and they were arguing back and forth. And then they got all together and took a smiley picture with the waiter taking the picture. And then they went right back to what they were doing before. So they posted this happy smiling picture on social media, but that wasn't really what the background scene was like. So don't be fooled by all those pictures. And maybe some of them are genuinely happy. I hope so. But, that may be because they're choosing gratitude. So, I recently heard in one of my meetings that you can't have two opposing thoughts in your head at the same time. So you can't practice gratitude and be completely dissatisfied, complaining at the same time. So you might have one family member that's causing drama, but most of the time the other family members are perfectly lovely. Unless you happen to be one of those people with lots of toxic family members, which I hope that's not true, but you could be like the woman in the first story that I told that decided to spend time with friends. About to sneeze. Okay. Excuse me. So, I have an activity for you to try. So you can try one of two things. You can either try listing things that you are grateful for or journaling things that you're grateful for. But the trick is to set a timer for 20 minutes. So while you are writing, you'll get to about the 15 or 16 minute mark, somewhere around there, and you're gonna get stuck. And you're not going to be able to think of anything else to write. So just keep going, because what happens is after that 15 to 16 minute mark, you start to dig really deep and you come up with the biggest aha thoughts and moments. So don't forget the small little things like the clear sky filled with stars, the children laughing, the perfect hot cocoa, the fire burning in the fireplace, or the funny way your niece says gingerbread, those type of things. Keep all those tiny little things that you feel grateful for on your list. And don't let this toxic person ruin everything during the holidays. They're gonna try, but you can still experience joy and gratitude despite their nasty drama and manipulations. And by the way, if you have a person like this in your life, it can be so stressful and you need support. And you need somebody that understands what it's like to be in a toxic relationship, whether, family member, co-worker, friend, spouse, whatever it is. I have some resources for you. I have a free Facebook group It's called Rebooting Health for Empaths. I'm probably going to change that, but I will link it below so you can still get to it. I also have an online group course called Becoming Conscious, and that comes with another private community, and also weekly calls with me. And I have one-on-one coaching. So if you feel like you need support for your unique situation, if you want to ask questions anonymously in private, that is a great option for you. And I will share all those links below. So don't stay isolated, feeling like no one gets it, because I know when you're out with your friends and other family members that haven't been there, they just don't get it. Even therapists sometimes just don't get it. So you're strong, but you need support. This is one time where just please don't do it alone. Get help. It doesn't have to be with me, but I'm here for you if you need me.